What the heck's the T-Riffic show? It appears to be a thing where the style keeps changing. First you laugh, then you feel, then you sing, then you think.
Wait, all that in one show?
Yes,
That's insane.
exactly.
You're doing a skit, got jokes to spit, so you wing it. That's absurd. You throw a pun, a slapstick run, and rhyme each silly word. Who would watch a guy in socks trip over props for fun? Apparently, everyone, because it's a comedy where laughter writes the melody with goofy gags and pratfall tags and punchlines flying faster than the flags. Silly faces, weird embraces, nothing's quite as freeing as a comedy. But what if the jokes get tired and the crowd's desire turns low? You grab a pen, you sigh again, and turn the lights down slow. Now hearts are breaking softly, the spotlight fades to blue. It's a balladry where words are painted tenderly with whispered chords and soft rewards and feelings floating gently through the chords. One tear, one true, one soul set free. That's the poetry of balladry. But wait, what's that sound? A beat, a groove, a key change born to move. We got rhythm in our veins, and the crowd begins to sway again. It's a musical, a jam so bright it's beautiful, with riffs that pop and hearts that bop, and everyone claps till the beat won't stop. Snap your fingers, feel that vibe. We're alive inside this musical. And when the music fades away and laughter's had its time, we settle down to stories told in meter, prose, or rhyme. For every giggle, every tear has led to something true. It's a chronicle of dreams that grow ironical, with twists and turns and lessons learned and tales that make your spirit burn. One heart, one mic, one soul to share. It's life retold in chronicle flair. A comedy, a balladry, a musical, a chronicle sincere. From laughs to feels, from beats to tales, the T-Riffic show prevails. Get a dazzling, heartfelt truth and giggle, show it all.
Hello, once more, my T-Riffic friends. Tonight, we dive into the world of not just any teapot, but a time-traveling teapot. Reminding us that the bravest adventures start in the smallest, most unexpected of places. Now let's kick things off this episode with chaos and giggles. Please welcome to the show the one, the only...
All right, settle down. I know what you're thinking. Why's this man holding tea like it owes him money?
Because this teapot does not respect time, rhythm, or personal boundaries. I bought it at a flea market. Price was cheap, vibe was cursed. The label said antique, but honestly,
I poured in water, set it down, said whistle when you're ready. It started tapping side to side like it was already unsteady. I said, hey, Boyle, don't bounce. It said, "Relax, let's dance." This teapot hit a spin so hard it ripped a hole in France. I'm serious. 1 minute it's sneak calm and mild, next minute it's doing the twist like a hyperactive child. I tried to stop the shaking, tried to give it discipline.
It's the future, baby! It's the BBG!
Now every teapot's got opinions. Didn't know that was the rule. This one thinks it's Beyonce. This one thinks it's back in school. One said, "I only dance to jazz from 1932. Another screamed, "Turn up the bass, I'm from the future." Who are you? I said, "Listen, Cups, we need a plan. This kitchen's not a club." They said,
Time is fake, your rules are weak, now pass the sugar, bub.
I tried to stack them nice and neat. Said, "Balance, grace, control." They started spinning on my head like a bunch of tops.
Sir, release your soul.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Release your soul.
Get off my head, you crazy pots.
One teapot whispered wisdom, real quiet, real polite. Sometimes you don't lead the dance, you just survive the night. And that's when I learned, yeah, hear me out, don't sip too fast.
You can't stop everything that moves. You can't rewrite the past. Some chaos comes with music. Some lessons come with steam. And sometimes growth looks just like losing every cup you've ever seen.
So if your life feels like it's wobbling, if it's sloshing, if it's loud, just remember, even teapots lose it when they're feeling extra proud.
Let it dance, let it spin, let it clatter, let it sing. If a teapot can survive time itself, you can survive whatever this is you're doing.
Thank you, thank you.
Please collect your cups on the way out.
Oh, Jasper, let me tell you, man, your teapots are alive, chaotic, and unforgettable. But beyond laughs, there's also magic in reflection, finding meaning in the smallest moments. Poetry is about to capture that message beautifully.
There is a spark you do not see at first, not loud, not wild, not hungry for a burst. It doesn't roar or beg the dark for flame, it barely whispers that it even came. It lives between the breaths you almost take, in moments small you think are just a break. A glance held longer than it had to stay, a choice to speak when silence feels more safe. It flickers when you doubt your steady ground, when courage feels too big to wrap around. It waits when fear is louder than your name, still warm, still yours, still asking you to aim. You think that fire must arrive full grown, a towering blaze the world has always known. But strength is not the storm that splits the sky. It's choosing not to dim and asking why. The spark survives the stumble and the fall, the quiet days that feel like nothing at all. It feeds on kindness, patience, honest tries, on showing up with truth instead of pride. It grows when you forgive what didn't land, when you reach out with an unsteady hand. When you believe your worth is not a show, not something crowns or mirrors get to know. In crowded rooms, it hums beneath your chest. In lonely hours, it refuses rest. It says, I'm here. I've always been your own. You don't need proof to prove you're not alone. The world will test how brightly you can burn, demand a glow that dazzles every turn. But fire meant to last does not perform. It learns to live through pressure, dark and storm. So tend the heat that doesn't beg for praise, that doesn't rush to set itself ablaze. Protect the spark when doubt begins to win, for that small light is where you truly begin. Because true worth is not a grand display, it's showing heart in quiet, fragile ways. And every time you choose to rise, to try, you feed the flame that never learned to die. So trust the glow that lives beneath your skin, the steady truth, the sparks within.
Now, my friends, it is time for a high-energy anthem of courage, heart, and discovering your true worth.
Oh yeah. Come on now. Oh, gather round, people. We've been fooled by the mirror, polishing the surface. A perfect day, power and fame.
Give it up, once more, for that electrifying performance. Remember, my T-Riffic friends, your worth is not measured by mirrors, crowns, or applause. It is measured by the fire you carry deep within you and the courage that you share outwardly with others. This story we are about to hear captures that message perfectly.
In a narrow kitchen tucked behind a sleepy neighborhood bakery, there sat a teapot that most people would have ignored. It wasn't shiny. It wasn't expensive. Its handle was slightly chipped, its lid a little crooked, and it made a soft, uneven whistle even when the water wasn't boiling. Ellie noticed it first. She was wiping flour off the counter when she heard the sound, not loud, not urgent, just curious. A tune that didn't quite belong to any song she knew. Finn was stacking trays nearby, half listening, until the teapot whistled again. This time the sound felt warmer, almost expectant. "Did you hear that?" Ellie asked. Finn nodded slowly. "That teapot sounds like it's thinking." They laughed, because that was easier than admitting something felt strange. Ellie lifted the lid. The air shifted. Not violently, not dramatically, just enough to make the kitchen feel suddenly elsewhere. The walls blurred, the floor tilted, and before either of them could panic, the room folded in on itself like a page being turned. They landed hard on cobblestone. A medieval marketplace buzzed around them. Vendors shouting, banners flapping, music clanging wildly off-key. A juggler nearby froze mid-performance, staring at them like they had fallen out of the sky. Because they had. Finn clutched his apron. "Okay, I don't think we're late for baking class anymore." Ellie didn't answer. She was staring at the teapot, now gently steaming at her feet, glowing faintly like it was pleased with itself. That was only the beginning. The teapot jumped again, and again. A roaring pirate ship where Ellie had to talk down a nervous cabin boy. A roaring 1920s ballroom where Finn helped a musician fix a broken trumpet minutes before a big performance. A quiet future forest where no one spoke but everyone listened. Each place demanded something small but difficult. Patience, honesty, courage. At first, Ellie and Finn argued. They blamed themselves when things went wrong. They tried to control the teapot, to predict it, to force it to behave. It never did. But they noticed something. When they helped instead of hurried, when they listened instead of panicked, when they chose kindness over cleverness. The teapot glowed brighter. Its whistle softened. Its jumps became smoother. Finn was the first to say it out loud. "What if it's not testing us?" he said one night, clutching the teapot as the world shimmered around them. "What if it's responding to us?" Ellie thought about every place they'd been. Every moment that worked not because they were special, but because they tried. "Maybe," she said slowly. "It doesn't care where we go. Maybe it cares how we show up." The final jump brought them home. The bakery kitchen. The same crumbs on the floor. The same crooked clock on the wall. The teapot settled on the stove, steaming gently, quiet at last. Nothing looked different, but everything felt different. Ellie realized she wasn't afraid of making mistakes anymore. Finn realized he trusted himself more than he thought. The teapot whistled once, soft, satisfied, and went still. They didn't touch it again. They didn't need to. Because the adventure hadn't been about time at all. It had been about discovering that courage doesn't need grand moments. Worth doesn't need proof. And even the smallest spark handled with care can carry you further than you ever expected.
So remember, my T-Riffic friends, whether it's about a time-traveling teapot, a challenge that feels bigger than you, or a spark that could light up the whole world, even, your worth is already there inside you. Courage, kindness, heart, and a little fire is simply all you need to 1, make the impossible possible, and 2, to stay terrific.